Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name's Vanessa and I teach second grade in Southern California. I'm here today to do a classroom tour, which I'm super excited about, so welcome to my classroom. Just a couple of things before I get started. So I have a ton of storage in my room and a lot of it's like very unorganized, I would say. So it's just something that, at this point, there's just no way to organize it any better. So there is things that I am not super organized with, and that's okay. Your class doesn't have to be perfect, and mine's definitely not. So I am a full flexible seating classroom, and you'll get to see all my different seating options in this video, but I'm gonna try and show you guys pretty much everything in the room. And yeah, it's pretty much done, and it's really exciting to kind of have a full-blown flexible seating classroom for the first time, and I'm super excited to show it off. Okay, so when you first walk into my room, this is kind of an overview of the entire classroom. So I think I'll just like circle around and meet back over here. So as you turn around, I've got our sink, drinking fountain, the door, and then just some random stuff. And our recycle bin, which I don't think the janitors are very happy with me that I put the boxes next to our trash can because they stuck them in my recycle bin yesterday. So recycle gets taken out once a week, so tomorrow's the day, so I can get that gone. Trash is totally full because it's the end of the day. Anyway, this is my Avid wall, and I've got our growth mindset ideas, Costa's levels of thinking, and then our wicker posters. And then here on the mirror I have usually our city name, and then high school class of 2028, but I just erased that for the video. And then we have our Avid Scholar, which just has different things that kind of model what a scholar is. And the students have one of these on their binder as well that they fill in, which has the same stuff, so they can see it both places. So as you can see, I have cabinets all down this entire wall, and then those at the end are drawers. So each cabinet has a I put a Target adhesive pocket on it and then the label inside of it. So I have 3 empty cabinets for their backpacks. So the kids put all their backpacks in here. I heard we are getting backpack hooks, but I don't know. So that'd be cool if we did, because then I can use those cabinets for something else. And then we've got our tissue and hand sanitizer. And then this whole counter is empty. Usually I put our chrome baskets here with all the chrome with the chrome books. And they just grab them from there when they need them. And then the kids usually put their lunch pills right here. So during the day when the kids are actually here, it's super cluttered. But once they leave, it's not too bad. Moving on, we have guided reading folders. So they use these folders during their literacy center time, and it just kind of has all their papers in it for the week. And these are our clipboards. I got these with our 21st Century Learning grant, and they are whiteboard on the front, and then I believe the back is chalkboard, but I would never use it like that. So yeah, those fit in there just perfectly. And this basket was from Hobby Lobby during the summertime, and this bucket, it was passed down to me. I've had it for years, so I don't even know where it's from. And then down here, this is a prime example of a junk cabinet. I labeled it computers, but like it's, yeah, just wait. Yeah, it's literally just computers and computer pieces. These are all like desktop computers that I don't need anymore. And I've got some other like building stuff back there. But yeah, this is a prime example of a extremely messy cabinet that I don't know what to do with, because I don't know what to do with these computers and I don't want them anymore. And I just realized I got black fingers all over that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so moving on. Up here I have all of our baskets with the labels on them for the center that it is. So for example, like Book Club Besties, and then the Book Club Besties paper would be in there, because during center time they just do like a checklist, and so they're able to just kind of work at their own pace, and they just go grab the paper when they need it and then just keep going, so I don't have to do anything, which is really nice. They are pretty self-sufficient with that. Okay, so that's what all those are. And then sometimes if I'm not using them all, I just kind of like stack them up, because they're kind of a lot back here. But it's the end of the day today, so I can actually put all that in there. And yeah, in here says chapter books. It's kind of chapter books and a combination of other things, but when I labeled it, it was all chapter books. So up top, I do have any extra chapter books that I haven't really let my kids use yet. Some of them are like just too high of a level for them from when I taught 4th and 5th grade. And then some of them, I don't know, I just haven't brought them out. And then those are just like huge books that I don't even know why I have them anymore because they're just kind of getting in the way. Like Mother Goose rhymes, like I don't really need those. Down here are our extra consumables. So a lot of our curriculum is consumables. So we have like boxes and boxes that come at the beginning of the year. Don't know where to store them. And then over here, we tried to get the yoga balls in our flexible seating like grant, and the district denied it and said like they were too dangerous. But somehow the frisbees still made it on our list because we were going to use them to like hold the ball up, and somehow the frisbees never like left the list even though the balls did. So now we just have like a ton of frisbees and nothing to do with them. So I'm gonna try and find something to do with those. So for now, that's where they are. Okay, this is one of my favorite cabinets, and it's actually really nice. I should have mentioned these all lock. So during the summertime, like they were using my classroom for summer school, and I was able to lock all the cabinets and all the drawers, so I didn't have to worry about anyone getting into my stuff, which was good. So this one is board games, STEM, and play items. So I just finished organizing this one actually, and I've got like all my STEM items. So I've got Legos. Those are wooden structure, like almost kind of like Jenga blocks sort of. Our restaurant stuff, that one is not labeled, but it's just like random flashcards. And then a K'NEX coaster, a K'NEX car, and then these things called Quibbits, and they're so cool actually. I'll show you to them. They're like all these little pieces, and I had no idea how to do anything with them, and I kind of just let my kids just go for it, and they were building some really cool stuff. So these are from Amazon. Got those with our 21st century grant as well. And then same with these brain flakes. I debated putting them in a box like this, but then I kind of like having separate because one of those is good for probably like 5 kids, and then I could have like 3 different centers going. So I figure I'll just leave them. I've got a couple board games, not too many. I don't use them that often. And then those are just puzzles over there. So yeah. Okay. Now, this is another, well actually this cabinet's not that bad. It is just a cabinet that like, I don't know how to store this stuff any better. So I've got extra knee pads that was part of our, once again, our flexible seating stuff. They're just a bunch of extra ones. I've got my deflated yoga ball. That's a map. And then this is all like science stuff, and it's in a box. The box doesn't fit down here. And yeah, so this is the old box for the K'NEX. And you can see it's just empty, and it used to hold the K'NEX, but I didn't really like it in that box, so I put it in my own, but I did keep the box just in case. This is all extra storage stuff. You can see all the extra like blue bins that I had in the other cabinet. Another science thing back there, and then a scale up here that I can use during science. So kind of a mess, but that's okay. And then last thing on the counter, these are their journals, like response journals, and they just use these during language arts. Another one of those baskets from Hobby Lobby. They are a little big, or a little small for this basket because they always fall down, but that's okay. And then I've got a hand crank pencil sharpener, and the kids think it's the coolest thing ever because it's not electric. And then over here I keep my 3 basket cart, whatever you call those things. And I don't use it, or I should say, I don't move it as much as I had thought that I would. When I had bought it, I had like envisioned that I would like move it all around the room, and I could do centers wherever. And it's basically just stayed here forever. So I've just got my folders, my guided reading binder, and then my math small group binder, a couple whiteboards, like individual whiteboards just in case. And then in my basket, I've got whiteboard markers, and like those, I don't know what those are called, like the page things. I have the kids use them in their books to like find certain things because they're super thin. And then laminated paint strips for just different activities, and our, this goes with like the way that we do guided reading, index cards, high frequency words, these little like things, I don't know, a bunch of random stuff, whiteboards, spray. And then in here I keep like all of my stuff that I might need. So pencils, highlighters, pens, yeah. And that just fits right there. And then down below, this is like the book that that blue group is reading. These are all my anchor chart markers, so my Mr. Sketch and my Crayola markers that I use for anchor charts. And then down here is a slowly but surely growing baskets for my other reading groups. I have more than 3, which is why I kind of haven't really done anything with them. But yeah, I don't know how to organize that better. So yeah. All right, moving on. Over here, which I don't know why this is here. Just gonna leave it. Okay, so over here on the wall, I have our writing wall, and each kid has a number, and so I just clip it to their number. And as you can see, it just has a number, and I laminated it, and it's glued to a, what do you call it? A clothespin. And then I just hang up their writing. I need to change out that writing because that's still our summer writing, but it'll happen when it happens. Over here I have our objectives for small groups. So my table is right here, and then the kids can see the objectives. It's not for the kids, let's be honest. The adults that walk in the room can see the objectives, and I can have the objectives posted and pretend like I use them with my group. No, I actually do this year. Last year I was kind of bad about it, but this year I'm really good about like treating it as our goal. And the kids seem to understand it a lot better if I say that that's our goal for learning today, which is, it works. So I have this one I use for math. This one I've been using for language arts, and they are just like plastic picture frames, and then I just use a whiteboard marker on it. So over here are a whole lot of drawers, and these drawers are kind of like a blessing and a curse because it's really awesome to have all these drawers, but at the same time, they're so awkwardly large that like I don't even know how to put stuff in them. And then there's so many of them, like I don't even know. And then I have a whole another set of them over there. So only some of them are labeled. You can see the bottom 3 are not labeled because if I am correct, there is nothing in them. So I don't have a lot of stuff. I threw away so much stuff last year, which is something I should have mentioned, but this is my 4th year teaching, and the first 2 years I feel like I was just like taking whatever I could get. And this year, or last year at the end of the year, I kind of cleaned out stuff, and I was just like, you know, I haven't used it in a year. I'm over it, and if I need it again, I'll just buy it again. So I did throw away a lot of things, and I don't like to keep stuff. I don't like to hoard, so I don't really have that much. So up here I have guided reading and math group materials. My plan when I kind of put that on there was to put a lot of our like guided reading stuff in there, and then it hasn't really happened, but I've got magnetic letters, a crowbar, don't ask me why, I just found it, these like eggs that I made last year that have little spelling patterns on them, and then the kids can twist them, and I've got, these are the what do you call it, the tongs, tweezers, those big ones from Dollar Tree. I've got like word magnet pieces to make sentences, and then these are just more letters that I got from Lakeshore that are paper, which I hate to use these because they kind of just make a mess. I prefer to use the magnetic letters. It was like great idea in theory, but like it's a mess. And then this is a box of just like random math stuff, and all these boxes are like all markered all over, and like I had them from my old school, and another teacher just kind of donated them to me. Except for this one, I didn't buy this one, but they're just old, and I just figured it doesn't really matter. So got part whole maps, and then a little manipulative set just in case I need to pull that for my group. Down here is large construction paper, and then 10 by 10 printed paper, which is just like my construction paper, and apparently tests that I never took out of here. So back here I've got just the long construction paper, and it is like organized by color for the most part. Actually, it is. Move these. These are all organized by color, and then this over here was like stacks that came in a pack of like rainbow anyway, so I wasn't about to file through all those, so yeah. And then back here I've just got all my scrapbooking paper, which I don't really use. That's really cute actually. I don't really use this that much anymore. I used to use it more, but so this is just like my huge, like you can see these drawers go so far back. This is just my big paper, and I keep my smaller paper somewhere else. But how do you store this kind of paper? Because honestly, it is the most awkward thing to try and store anywhere. So next one is all my focus wall stuff that whoops, this drawer doesn't open all the way. Okay, so I have all my Wonder stuff in here that is like extra that I use for my focus wall, if you saw my focus wall in my vlog. But these are all the pieces that like come up more often, and I have to use them throughout the year rather than just once. So like the genre cards, spelling patterns, the comprehension skill, and then the grammar skill and stuff like that. So, and these are all like the retelling cards that came with the Wonder set. And then back there is, I think those are like picture cards or something. Can honestly say I've never used them. And then these are maybe like not vocab cards. I don't even know what those are, to be honest. The Wonder stuff came with so much stuff, and I have no idea what, I shouldn't say half of it, but like a lot of it is. So this is our ELD books, and I just have the kids stick them in here so that when we come in from lunch, they come straight to ELD and they just grab their book out and they're ready for me. And then I have all my bag of candy. So they always see that and they're like, what? We want candy. So I don't know why it's in there. I put it in there over summer. Like I double bagged it so that the ants wouldn't get it, and then the class that was in here like wouldn't find it. But then it's just kind of stayed in here. I don't know. I haven't had to bribe these kids with candy yet, so yeah. Last year I had to do a lot of bribing. So these are the three, I believe. Yep. Empty. Oh, my anchor chart thing is in here, but that's it. And then, oh, I guess this is not empty. Those are posters I don't use. Legs of my table, and then extra border, which I didn't even know that was in here, honestly. And then all the screws that go with these legs, which I guess I could have labeled this cabinet or this drawer because I kind of forgot all this stuff was in there. Okay, over here I have, this is like the same thing that go with those little orange cards that were in my cart. These are the guided reading books that we're currently working on. They just go with our Wonder set. And then up here, I use this area for my small groups. So a lot of times I'll just actually take these down, and then I use this as the whiteboard because my area is like right here. So right now we made some KWL charts with some of my reading groups, not all of them, that go with these books. So kind of like what we knew about whales to begin with. After looking at the pictures, what are some things that we wondered, and then we haven't gotten to learn yet. So yeah, and then I keep my little pad of paper here just in case. And do you like how my chair says best kid ever? It's because I'm the best kid in the class. No, this used to be my VIP chair last year, but this year I've decided not to do a VIP chair. And I just realized that my table is kind of a mess, so let me get all this stuff off of here. And okay, this is actually kind of funny. So apparently there was an MMA fight, or no, WWE fight at lunch today, and one of my kids won. Like, they just came back in with this. What even is this? Anyway, so at my table I have gray and teal stools. I got these at Family Dollar last year, and they lasted all school year last year, and then I'm still using them this year. Great quality. My horseshoe table is whiteboard top, so the kids can write on it if they want to. And over here I keep like our old notes for language arts, and they can use them as reference, or they're just still posted so that people know that we're doing them. And then in this basket is the extra pillows and stuff like that if they want to use them. And I've got my little please wait sign, or sure, ask a question, that usually sits at my table. Down here, which this is not like the best place for this, but I don't have anywhere else in my room to put it. The only downside to having all this storage in my room is I basically have like no extra just like wall space to put things up against, which is kind of stinks at times, but it is what it is. So in here I have all of my paper that I don't really let the kids touch. Up here is just line paper, which obviously I let them have line paper, but I keep my extra in here. This is, I think it's just like random paper and my Astro Brights. It's kind of like leftovers that just gets thrown in there. And then I've got the rest of the drawers labeled, and this is like my smaller construction paper. And then I've got regular just white printer paper. This is, oh, like bigger lined paper, and bigger lined paper. So yeah, this thing is so old. Like my grandma used this when she was a teacher. My fingers are so disgusting. Wow. My grandma used this when she was a teacher, and she gave it to me, and I think she probably used it for, I'm not even kidding you, probably 10 years. Like the thing does not roll like at all. Like the wheels don't like to work, but it's a trooper. I'm missing 2 drawers. I don't know. I don't think I ever even had them, but it's a trooper. Okay, so over here, I've got 2 of my beanbag chairs and just a little table, so if the kids want to sit there. I've got my word wall, and I want to say this set was from Building Brilliance. I could be wrong, but I think the letters and then some of the words. I've added more myself because I found the font that she used, and she didn't have like higher level words for my kids, so I did add some more. And all of the words on here are magnetic, so the kids can take them off, put them back on if they need to, although they can't reach the top, but that's okay because they kind of mess up the word wall anyway when they take them off. So and then we have our little hashtag best year ever letters, and then I keep my objectives over here for the week. So we have our math content objective and language objective, language arts, content, language, and then the social objective stays the same for both, so I just wrote it one time. I've got my thinking map posters, which I kind of want to take these down eventually. Actually, I know I do, but I just kind of put them up there for the beginning of the year because I didn't have anything else. And then team points, reasons that we'd get points. I just made this poster using Miss Fifth's house pack. Down here we have our scoop seats and the little, what are these called, like the trays, lap trays or whatever, and then one of those, I don't know, arm pillows. This is my own. The scoop seats I got with the grant money, and then the lap trays are mine. I have a file cabinet here, which I don't even think I want to go through this. The top drawer I'm definitely not going through. Like this is here to like remind me to never open that drawer. It's like all the extra electric cords and crap that were just kind of in the room when I got here, and I don't know what to do with them. So this is a hot mess. It is papers that I always pull out of, and then the whole stack gets ruined every day. So I try and keep it organized, but then it just kind of goes away. And then back here I keep like all of my extra decor items from the past that I've used, and like maybe I might want to, so these are like my Pirate Day banners, some more growth mindset when I do VIP student or secret student, money, and these are all my burlap things when I did burlap in my room, just in case I ever want to like do it again or reuse it. Old objectives and old word wall letters. So that's kind of what that is. Oh, and then all this, my kindness challenge, all of these old like library pockets. I just try and bag everything up so I have it together. These are my word wall word letters from last year, and these are their calendars from last month that I have to keep for Avid. So kind of a mess. I'm scared to know what's even in this. Oh, just my DRA stuff. So I have these folders that I keep my DRA stuff in, and they're just kind of stacked on top of each other, and that's literally all that's in this drawer. And I can't even open the bottom drawer, and I honestly don't even think, oh, there is books in here left. I used to keep my books in here last year for my kids to pull from. It was kind of like our miniature library, and I just realized there's still books in there. What in the world? I have to get those out. Okay. Over here we have our collab teams, and so they have their team over here, the team name. We use those for just, since we don't have like table groups, sometimes I might just say like, hey, team 1, I want you to do this, whatever. DOK poster that is kind of hidden, a lost and found bucket, and then this is like my little grading thing that I stole the idea off someone off TPT, or off of Instagram, someone, and I think it's really cute. Okay, over here, I'm gonna try and move quicker. Homework club, if the kids bring their homework all month and they get to stay up on the wall. This is in my TPT shop. I think it's like $1 or something like that. And then I also have a cactus version. And we keep our iPad right here because the kids can give themselves dojo points. And then I keep all my copies for the week in these drawers. They're just labeled with the day of the week. And then this one says make copies, although I never put the stuff in there that needs to be made. I kind of just throw like the stuff that I'm not sure what day we're going to use it on in there. So as you can see, like this is all my stuff for tomorrow, so it's totally full. Up here is our turn-in basket, so I turn the work into here. And then this is just, I need to pass those out, so that's why they're there. We have our treasure box. We have a globe. I have my diffuser for my oils. I keep my oils right there. And then this is my little pencil thing from Target. My friend gave me, super cute. And then that thing is full of, not full, it's like kind of empty, just like mini erasers. And then I have my sign up here, amazing things happen here. And then I have my voice level sign from Miss Fifth right here. These cabinets are obviously above my desk. My desk is not the most organized. I wish it would be more, but it is what it is. I keep most of my pens and stuff in here. So I've got my flare pens, pens and pencils, and then Sharpies. And then I keep my lesson plans and my grade book / data binder here. And this is just some kind of stuff that I like. It's basically just so I don't have a stack on my desk. I can have a stack in this yellow bucket, so it looks a little cleaner. In my drawers, they're not super organized, but I got like binder clips and what are those called? Oh my gosh, paper clips. Wow. And these are all like sticky notes and some tape. This is a hot mess. I've got deodorant just in case. I've got my highlighters and just some random stuff. My colored pencils that I don't let the kids use, glue, some lotion. And then down here, I keep all my student files so that I can put their work into it. And then I just pass it out that way. I've got this little drawer set that's just got like literally random stuff. I'm not even going to show you what's in it. I had it from my old school and it just fits perfectly right there, so I just have kind of always left it there. And then on my desk I have this little jar that was made by a student and my tape, glue, or not glue, stapler, water, coffee, more lotion, computer, phone, the way to work, you know, the projector, yep. Really messy cabinet. I mean, it's not actually that messy, but there's just like random stuff. Like, how do you organize random stuff? You don't actually organize random stuff. And I've got, what's his name? Bullseye. I don't know why, but he was in my room when I got here and I've just kind of always left him there. So yeah, in here, this is a little basket. It used to be on my desk. I just keep like note cards, another box of my colored pencils that I don't let the kids use. I have my coupons back there when I start doing Class Dojo like coupon things. Right now all I do is treasure box just because the kids can't like handle picking like that. So, and the little sign that my friend gave me, I think it's from Target actually, I don't know. And then I just have like some curriculum and my old, what do you call them, treasures books, more picture frames just in case I need them. And up here are books that need to be fixed, but I just close the cabinet and pretend they're not there. The last cabinet is, I keep their writing and stuff right here so that at the end of the year, I don't know why, it's just like a stack and I just go through it for the open house night. And then I got sentence strips, a box of note cards, a box of pens, all this screws from, I think they're from those tables, I hope, or else I've got a lot of screws that go to tables that I don't have anymore. I just realized that. I've got blankets and some bags up here. And I've got my projector, my lanyard just sitting right here for right now, my clicker, which, amazing. I check their Avid binders every morning, so I just printed out a new sheet today because I got a new student, so then I just check it off. My Chrome and our Wonders text, or our Wonders TE, and then I keep, literally, it's a mess on there, but I keep stuff in that desk. And yeah, so that's kind of my desk. It is kind of nice because it's built into the wall, but then this whole part has to stick out, so. Okay, I've got my Wonders focus wall, our notes that we're working on this week for language arts. Underneath there is just like another anchor chart. We're working on friendly letters. I keep my rules, which these are from TPT2. I just don't remember who. Oh, actually I think they're Amy Grosbeck, now that I remember. Our rules, we do the whole brain teaching rules. that's that. And here, it's kind of like art supplies. Once again, it's kind of a mess. Scissors, glue, although my scissors and glue are not in there anymore. But I do have markers, art supplies, extra supplies. That's like extra school supplies that like I don't want the kids to use. There's like Ticonderogas in there and stuff from that I've purchased myself, so I don't really want the kids to use that. That's all markers, some paint, some random craft supplies, construction paper, crayon box. These things are absolutely amazing. If you've never used them, highly recommend. Okay, so this is all paper that is like scrap, so we use for rib art. These are pizza boxes, and I took them out of the package, and I don't know how to store them, and I don't really want to throw them away because I might need them for open house next year. So I just kind of shoved them in there because it's art, right? And behind here, just really quickly show you, I keep all my like random teacher books that I have, tidy tubs, my expo markers, baby wipes, sentence strips, my pointer, more like curriculum stuff, some stacks of like curriculum stuff, random basket, those little, whatever those are called, I don't know. I don't use them anymore. And then I've got my Clorox wipes, and I think that's pretty much it. Yep. Oh, extra sit spots because I have extra of those. Down here I keep math games and math manipulatives, so I've got all of my manipulatives down here. I don't have a ton, but that's how I organize them. I have dice and something else in that bottom. I think it's like extra money pieces. Papers that I use for math games, flashcards, and then that's kind of like what we've been doing right now. So then I just keep it there so I don't have to put it away. And then my Jenga sets, mini Jenga sets. I keep my stool right here. Extra like more like household supplies, extra school supplies, and then extra decor items like banners and stuff. And here is literally like all curriculum. It's just like stuff that I had when I came in this room, and like I don't really know. I keep extra anchor charts, not extra, but like anchor charts that I'm not using at the moment. Up there, that's all math curriculum. Yeah, it's just all curriculum that was in here, and I have no other way of organizing it or storing it. And on the board I have our calendar, today's date, our schedule, flexible seating like picks for the day, and then our wicker tracker for Avid. We started doing blurt like dots today and worked pretty well. So yeah, that's that. And then in here I keep my extra supply pieces, our book that we're reading, vocab cards, and I've got my little thing up there with whiteboard markers. And here I keep all my readers for Wonders. These are like the guided reading books. So there's 6 of those. That's all curriculum stuff, VIP basket. This is all my Wonders units for my focus wall. Once again, more curriculum that I don't have anything to do with. Extra workbooks. I keep my visual directions in here so I can hang them on the board. Extra calendar pieces go in there. And at the moment I have all of their headphones in here, which actually I'm just seeing this for the first time, and they actually put them away pretty nicely. So claps for them, snaps for them. And right here is our math curriculum. I just have it in order for like the day by day. So yeah, it's all, this is like for one day. And you just take out the staple. And down here I keep, since we don't have desks, I keep all of our textbooks in here, and then those are flexible seating things. I've never let my kids use them, but they're there. Those are our science books, and then we have our 2 different Wonders books. And up here I've got our slant sign to remind them to show slant, and I have my thing that pulls down. Got You Are Loved, close reading wall. Down here I keep, these are student drawers, so each student has a drawer with their number on it, and they put their stuff in it. That's kind of like their desk. And then I have Please Sharpen, I'm Sharp. Obviously there's no sharp pencils. I got this with the flexible or 21st century grant, and I figured I had originally intended for it to be for like students to film videos, and then like the students could use the whiteboard in the background to model something, but as of right now, it's just kind of holding my notes. These are math notes for vocab. And then that's where we keep our scissors and glue, just easier to keep there. And then I've got my 3rd set of drawers. I have this really ugly painted door, which I hate, but Once again, it was like that when I got here. Math notes. These are like different strategies we can use. Some vocab. And our welcome. This was from the beginning of the year. It's going to be a sharp year, and all the kids said how it was going to be a sharp year. I have the printer in here. That's for the whole pod. So it's kind of annoying because the printer, like people are always coming in and out to go to get their stuff printed, but it is what it is. And then I have 2 random chairs here. These are kind of like my timeout zone. So if I need to sit a kid out, that's where they go. Library books, because we don't have desks, I keep all of our library books in here so that the kids can just pull from there. And then they have more options. And then I've got a bunch of stools over here. The kids use this for like math centers. So like our basket right here has hands-on stuff because that's our math center. And then I've got like my, I think these are called sound spelling cards from Wonders. Some little quotes up here from TPT, like positive quotes. I have our lost crayon and lost colored pencil bucket, and these are just put on with Target adhesive labels. And this is our really miniature, kind of sad, but better than a file cabinet drawer library. And I have each one just labeled with a color sticker. Since I don't have that many books, I just figured that was the easiest way to do it. And then each book has a sticker like up in the corner, which the kids don't really put them away correctly, but I'm kind of over it at this point. So yeah, this was from the beginning of the year, how we can sprinkle kindness on activity we did. We have to adopt a college as a class, and so I am the University of Alabama, which university is really hard to read because apparently the white paper that I used was not very white. And then each kid has their name on an elephant. This anchor chart actually goes with this, but it kept falling down right there, and so I just stuck it there. We have our clip chart, which I use Class Dojo and the clip chart, and I've got my Chrome cart. And back at the beginning. So now let me just quickly show you my seating. So I have 2 tables of stools, just like these. I don't even know. They're like kind of like the stools on my table, but the stools on my table have a metal top, and these ones have plastic. They're very similar to the IKEA ones, but they're from Amazon. There's all different colors. And then all of our tables are whiteboard tables, so the kids can write on them. This table has all regular chairs, and then they just have a cushion on there to use. Each table has a bucket, and in the bucket has whiteboard markers or pencils, some of these things, and some erasers. And then they have crayons in here, usually for filling in their behavior, so they don't have to go get crayons every day. So yeah. And then this table, I took the legs off of them, and so that the kids can sit here. So that's what those legs were that were in the drawer over there. And they just have these floor things. They put them on the ground obviously during the day, but just for at the end of the day they put them up so that the janitors don't eat them. And then we've got a table of beanbag chairs. This is like a crate seat, and then we just put a pillow on top because I don't have like padding or anything on it. And then this one is also lowered to the floor so that the kids can kind of reach it better, because these chairs like sink them in really low. And then this is actually, so I kept 4 desks and gave away one of my tables because when I originally ordered these, I was like, okay, we're gonna take the legs off of half of them, because that's what I did to all these tables last year. But then they came, and like looking at these tables, like this looks like it would be so tall, and I was like, that's totally not gonna work. Like the kids are not gonna reach the table. So I gave away one of my tables to one of my friends who obviously works here, let her have it for her classroom because I wanted some floor seating. So this was my only floor seating at that time. And then I realized like I could just take them off and it wasn't as tall as it seemed. So that's why these ones are not the whiteboard top, because I obviously let her keep the table. I didn't care, and it's okay. So I have these pads. They are gardening pad, like knee pads, and they're from the 99-cent store, although they were $1.99, and they don't hold up that well, honestly, if the kids are using them every day. When I used them last year, they held up pretty well, but we weren't using them like all day, every day. And then, oh my gosh, I'm getting out of breath. Okay, this last table is 4 wobble stools. My kids love the wobble stools, so that's probably one of their favorites. I have this little table. Nobody really ever sits here, but they sometimes like do collaborative groups here. And it's just one of those like little mini tables from Walmart or IKEA. And then I've got my sit spots. And yeah, so that is my entire classroom. You can kind of see. Like I said, I don't have, I mean, maybe I have more stuff than most people. I don't know. I feel like I don't have that much stuff, but I kind of like it that way. So, and I also forgot to say, my clock is up here. I just realized that when I was doing that pass. Although I'm missing 45, and I've just kind of decided I don't really care because I can't find it, and I don't want to print a whole nother sheet out. So yeah, I don't have a 45. But that's that. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my classroom tour, and if you have any questions where anything's from, if I didn't say it, I feel like I didn't really say where things were from that often, but if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and I will get back to you and let you know where it's from if I know. Most of my stuff that I got for my flexible seating is from Amazon, so you can check Amazon for a lot of that stuff. My STEM stuff is all from Amazon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you like it and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell up in the corner, and I will catch up with you guys in my next video. Bye.